welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says that Israel will not tolerate any violation of its borders. During a visit to Eilat yesterday, the minister was quoted as saying that anyone who attacks us, we will attack him. Though the Prime Minister did not mention any specific threat to Israel's borders, it would seem as though he was referring to the sporadic rocket fire emanating from ISIS-affiliated groups in Egypt. 2 weeks ago, a group loyal to ISIS fired 2 rockets into Israel, landing in open areas near the Eshkol region not far from Gaza. Last month, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman told Army Radio that despite the occasional rocket fire by ISIS, he does not view the terror group to be a serious threat. Israel and Egypt have a long-standing peace agreement and are reported to cooperate closely on security matters concerning the Sinai Peninsula. Today, 4 more bomb threats have been emailed to Jewish community centers in the United States and Canada. JCC centers in Colorado, Delaware, Connecticut, and Vancouver all received bomb threats earlier today. This comes a day after 75 people from a JCC in Rochester, New York were evacuated after having received a bomb threat as well. So far, federal officials have been investigating over 120 bomb threats that have been called in on Jewish organizations in over 3 dozen states since January 9th. They're also investigating a wave of vandalism desecrating Jewish cemeteries in St. Louis, Missouri, Philadelphia, and Rochester. As of yet, the only arrest has been that of Juan Thompson last Friday. Thompson, 31, had been arrested in St. Louis on suspicion of being behind at least 8 of the bomb threats. Anti-Semitic acts against Jewish institutions in America have become so notorious that the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Zeid Ra'ad al-Hussein, today criticized the United States for not doing enough to combat anti-Semitism. A bill to muffle the muezzin calls passed its first hurdle in the Knesset today. If passed, the bill would limit the time of day and volume that a mosque can broadcast the traditional Muslim call to prayer. The bill's supporters say that the bill addresses long-standing complaints from people who live close to Arab villages, claiming that the call is too loud. However, the bill's critics claim that it violates the religious freedom of Israel's Muslims. Ayman Odeh, chairman of the Joint Arab List, said, quote, "This is an offensive against the Arab public, against the Arabic language, and against our existence in the region." Zionist Union MK Tzipi Livni agreed with Odeh, saying that the true purpose of the law was, quote, "to destroy the ties between Jews and Arabs," end quote. MK Moti Yogev of the Jewish Home Party, who spearheaded the bill, defended it by saying it's a law that allows people to sleep during the hours of rest and not to be woken up before dawn. Jewish residents of East Jerusalem and other areas of Israel have long complained about what they say is excessive noise coming from mosque loudspeakers, claiming that it wakes them up in the middle of the night. Commuters who pass through Tel Aviv are breathing a sigh of relief as the Tel Aviv Hashalom train station is set to reopen tomorrow morning, 3 days ahead of schedule. When the station closed down on Monday due to construction on the new light rail system, the congested traffic in the city caused, for some, hours of delays. Those with monthly to annual travel passes were promised compensation through the ticketing machine. The announcement that Hashalom station will reopen earlier than expected comes from Transportation Minister Israel Katz this morning, after construction crews informed him of the more than timely work. The Tel Aviv metro area light rail system, which caused the closures in the first place, is set to open at least in part by 2021. The first line to open is slated to be the Red Line, which will have 33 stops across about 10 kilometers in length. It will be built both above and below ground, and is expected to be utilized by over 100 million people annually. Stars from all over the world have collected in Warsaw, Poland on Tuesday to attend the gala screening of The Zookeepers Wife, a film set in Nazi-occupied Poland. Based on true events, the film centers around Jan Zabinski and his wife Antonina, who during the Second World War and the Holocaust saved well over 300 people, most of them Jews. The Zabinskis would hide their house guests in the basement and play a special tune to warn them of approaching Nazi soldiers, all while housing and caring for an eclectic assortment of animals in the family's zoo. Jessica Chastain, who plays Antonina Zabinski, said, quote, "Antonina and Jan were ordinary people who risked everything, their safety and the safety of their children, to save others. They fostered hope in a time that was so dark," end quote. Speaking to reporters, Nikki Caro, the film's director, said, quote, "What Jan and Antonina did was so extraordinary, but they did it for one simple reason, because it was the right thing to do," end quote. The Zabinskis' kind and selfless act did not go unnoticed outside of Hollywood either. The 2 heroes have also been recognized by Israel's Yad Vashem Holocaust Remembrance Center as Righteous Among the Nations, a title given to non-Jews who helped save Jews during the Holocaust. The Zookeepers Wife is set to come to theaters near you in late March of this year.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.